Hello and welcome to a rather special episode of the Dutch Supercar Challenge. For the first time in its existence, the drivers of the Dutch Supercar Challenge will race in the dark. A 6-hour endurance race at the circuit of Zolder in Belgium. After qualifying there was an extra super pole, and that's a one-lap dash for pole position. Most Belgian drivers signed up for the full 24 hours, but the Corvette team of Roger Gauwels and Cor Euser took the pole. Yeah, the battle between Holland and Belgium is on. I guess they didn't count on us taking the pole in the last second. Yeah, super pole is new for me too. You have to do it all in one lap, warm up and then let it rip, on the edge but not over. A mistake that many guys make. After every corner I thought I was too slow, but it turned out okay in the end. A bitter pill to swallow for the Belgian aces like Anthony Campen and Mark Goossens. But to be fair, they had a big handicap. Well, we can't really push because of a special Belgian rule. The GTO class can't lap under a 1:35. If we do go faster, we get a drive-through penalty. So I think the Dutch guys will be faster for sure in the first 2 hours. And all we can do is drive sensibly, nurse the tires, save fuel and see what happens. Well, it's a 24-hour race, so it's endurance that counts. Of course, the Dutchies are only doing 6 of the 24 hours, so they don't have to drive conservative. Some drivers have found unlikely bedfellows. Points leader in the GT division, Diederik Seithoff, switched to the Mosler together with Niels Bouwhuis. I don't think it will be difficult, it will be different. He will find his rhythm in our car quick enough, I think. I foresee only good things for this race. Loads of points can be won or lost in this race. So the goal for the second place team in Supersport 1, Wolf Nathan and Jaap van Lagen, is to take maximum points. Pit stops will be crucial in this race. In regular races we can take our time, but here every second counts. The team trained to do them as fast as possible. It's easier to make up time in the pits than it is on the track. Teamwork will make the difference. With a grueling 6 all 24 hours ahead, the teams are ready to race. The grid is divided into 2 lines, with the Mercedes SLS of Anthony Campen leading the Belgians, but leading the Dutch from pole position, Cor Euser in the yellow Corvette. A magnificent field of 36 cars rolled down to the start-finish line. So first row Cor Euser, Anthony Campen, second row DVB Racing with the Dutch Viper and Mark Goossens in the Porsche GT3 RSR. And lights are off and they're away. Cor Euser with a good start in the yellow Corvette, the Mercedes in blue and white, and a blinding start for Nol Köhler in the Porsche RSR. Starting 7th, he's already up to 3rd place in the first corner. On board with Jaap van Lagen in the Porsche GT3 Cup. He's in first place in Supersport 1. Several of the other Porsches around him. And that's Cor Euser in the Corvette. Anthony Campen, Nol Köhler, the Van Lambeck Viper in 4th place and already on the move. Starting 17th is the Mosler driven by Niels Bouwhuis. We're on board with Jaap van Lagen fighting his way through. Rikke Bresch fighting for 4th place, challenging on the inside, taking 4th place off of the DVB Viper. We're on board with Niels Bouwhuis. As I said, started 17th at a very good qualifying but a very bad super pole due to braking problems in the 1-lap dash for pole position. Has to make up for lost time now. Jaap van Lagen attacks the Level Racing Porsche in the Villeneuve chicane and takes 12th place. Level Racing now 13th and 14th, Niels Bouwhuis in the Mosler. Looking to find a way through, and it's easy on the inside, outbraking the Porsche. Dust clouds everywhere on every corner almost, because the organization had a brilliant idea of having an old-timer race just before the start of the 24 hours. Jaap van Lagen attacking on the inside for P11. It's the Belgian Racing Porsche he passes. And he's still leading the Supersport 1 class, of course. In GT, it's Korthuizer leading Anthony Kampen. There's Nol Köhler in the Porsche. That's an RSR. And already in fourth place, Rick Abresh coming through on the inside. No, he isn't. Nol Köhler closing the door. Arnie van der Hoek, we're on board with him in his Audi R8 LMS GT3 in front of us. Similar car that won the 24 hours of Spa-Francorchamps, driven by DTM drivers Matthias Ekström and Timo Scheider. Now it's in the hands of Bert Langin and Dutchman Xavier Maassen. And they're being overtaken almost by Arnie van der Hoek in the similar car. There he is. And Rick Abresh is already up to third place because he passed Nol Köhler in the Porsche. And as I say that, he passes Anthony Kampen in the Mercedes SLS and goes to second place in the race. There's Niels Bauhaus in the Mosler looking to take the Audi. And that's the fight for ninth place. So it's Korthuizer still leading. Niels Bauhaus, there he is. Moving on to ninth place and looking for more. And trouble in the pits. One of the teams already there, stationary. That's Peter van Zoelen driving the BMW Silhouette of Bert van der Zweerde. In the warm-up lap, the engine was already cutting out, and during the lap it got worse. I managed to bring the car in, but it's over. Well, actually, it wasn't, because this is JR Motorsport, and Joost and his team never give up. So they changed an engine. Anyway, Anthony Kampen in third place. Nol Köhler behind him. That's the DVB Viper, and it's Niels Bauhaus already said that he was looking for more. And he's on the tail of the Audi of Arnie van der Hoek. It's fight for 8th place on the straight, and he's next to him on board with Arnie van der Hoek, and there he is, Niels Bauhaus taking 8th place. Nothing Arnie can do. Well, he knows as well as I do that the Mosler sometimes gets in trouble. Another car with problems is the Errol Ayrton René Wijnen Porsche. On its way again. Seems to be a gearbox problem. Yeah, it got stuck in gear. It wouldn't budge. But it seems to be fine now, so it's one of those things. Just a little goat. So, Korthuizer is still leading the start of this 6-hour race of the Dutch Supercar Challenge. In second place, Ricky Abresh. In third place, Anthony Kampen, the first Belgian driver. In fourth place, the Porsche of Nol Köhler. And then it's the Viper again. But there he is. Niels Bauhaus pulling out. But we're on board with Arnie van der Hoek. Let's see if we can see what Niels is doing, because he's just in front of the Ferrari of Peter Versluis. Arnie van der Hoek on the inside takes Peter's place, and it looks like Peter's having problem with his Ferrari. Niels Bauhaus, we're on board with him. He overtakes Mark Goossens in the Porsche on the straight. Now he's looking for 5th place. On board with Jan Versluis. In front of him is younger brother Peter Versluis. Peter not doing the full Dutch Supercar Challenge program. 2 times Ferrari 430 GT2 in 9th place. On board with Jan Versluis. That's the 2010 spec. He's on the inside now. Oh, his brother closes the door. Smashes the door in his face. Accelerating out. ...2009 spec of Peter Versluis. That's the car with the black roof. Both are GT2 cars. Both very fast. Build up to Dutch Supercar regulations, which is not as strict as GT2. Oh, on the inside, a bit of a wobble there, but he takes his place. Niels Bauhaus on the inside of the Viper, 5th place. Now he's looking for 4th. Will he manage to outbrake the Porsche driven by Noel Kohler going into the chicane? Well, not quite, but it can't be long. Arie van der Hoek pulling away from the Porsche of Mark Goossens, settling down in the race. Clouds of dust again. And Niels Bauhaus accelerating out, taking 4th place, overtaking the Porsche of Noel Kohler. We all saw that through the windscreen of the Audi. Viper pulling out alongside the Porsche of Noel Kohler. It seems to be having a bit of a problem with top line speed. Viper is through into 5th place. Arie van der Hoek is through into 6th place. And that means that the Porsche of Noel Kohler lost 2 places in, well, 1 straight. And 1 lap later, Niels Bauhaus in the Mosler has found the back of Anthony Campen's Mercedes. No battle there, and he takes 3rd place overall. Started 17th and is now 3rd overall. Arie van der Hoek attacking for 4th place on the inside of the Mercedes. Not too much fighting from Anthony Campen. He knows he's got to do 24 hours and the Dutchies only do 6. There's Jan Versluis. There's a Porsche back marker. Jan Versluis is now in 6th place. Pulling up to the Mercedes. Mercedes a little bit heavier and a little bit less power, but a lots of torque in the Mercedes, of course. Jan is lighter in the Ferrari. Under braking, he's very close again on the inside and overtakes Anthony Campen. That's 6th now for the Ferrari and 7th Anthony Campen in the Mercedes SLS. Leader Cor Euser in the legendary C5R Le Mans car, and that's the C6R, and that's driven by Ricky Abresh. And then we see Niels Bauhaus in the pits. Yeah, we're 36 minutes into the race. The flywheel snapped. We can't fix it because we don't have a spare. And even if we had it, it would take hours to repair, so it's not worth the hassle. Anyway, it's disastrous for the championship chase of Diederik. I lose a lot of points here. The number 2 is now leading, so the most likely scenario is that I lose 1st place in the championship.
Dus ja, dat mijn voorsprong is nu verkeken. Ik denk dat ik nu op plaats 2 sta.
So, lots of things happening in this 24-hour and 6-hour race of the Dutch Supercar Challenge. Lots of exciting things, so stick with us and we'll see you after the break.
With so much racing going on in the world, you'd have to be a four-headed monster to keep up with it all. Luckily, we have that. Join Peter Keane, Bill Wood, Errol Tucker, and their guest driver analyst each week for an opinionated look at the news coming out of the racing world. Remember, it's GoRacingTV.com for all your racing and video needs.
Well, Greg Kramer, GoRacingTV.com has done it again. They've come up with reruns of the Viper Racing series, which you and I are kind of interested in.
Very interested in it, folks. If you haven't seen this, tune in, because that racing is absolutely spectacular. These special spec cars that they've come up with, the performance level of these things, Tom, has been spectacular. The racing close, celebrity guest drivers of sorts that get in the mix and have some fun. And what it's actually turned into is an incredibly exciting series in its debut year. But you can revisit it right here at GoRacingTV.com.
And about the fifth best thing about the series is that Greg and I host it. We'll see you on GoRacingTV.com coming up this season.
Way down the list.
Way down the list.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching the Dutch Supercar Challenge 6-hour endurance race at the circuit of Zolder in Belgium. GoRacing took the lead from pole position with Roger Grauwels in the Corvette C5R. Peter van Zoelen came in from an engine change in the first lap and they're still working on the car. A broken flywheel in the Mosler shatters the dream of scoring points for Niels Bauhaus and championship leader Diederik Seithoff. So 1 hour gone, 5 hours more to go. GoRacing leading the race, Ricky Abresh in second place. And we're on board with Jan Versluis behind the Audi, looking for fourth place. And that looked really easy on the inside, overtaking the Audi, but he's coming back there and retaking fourth place. Good fight between the two cars. Ferrari again under braking maybe. No, not with the Audi. These cars are very well matched, so it all comes down to driving. It looks like Arnie is able to keep the Ferrari behind him because Jan Versluis is coming in. He will be handing over the wheel to Jelmer Buurman, who we know, of course, from Super League Formula, driving the PSV Eindhoven car. But here he drives with Jan Versluis, who says, "It's so hot in the car, I'm breathing hot air. And on the straight, I put my hand out the window to let it cool down a bit. It must be about 70 degrees in there. I could not finish my stint. It's so tough. I'm in the gym for 6 or 7 hours a week. I trained for this. Obviously not enough." Let's take a look at Supersport 1, leading still Jaap van Lagen in the Porsche. Porsche is run by Land Motorsport, very experienced endurance team from Germany. And you can see their experience because everybody knows what to do and it's running like a Swiss clock. Jaap van Lagen getting out, Wolf Nathan getting in. Third driver on this car is Christian Lund. Not a move is wasted. They know exactly what to do to gain time during pit stops. And it looks so easy. Well, it isn't. Luckily, he was unhurt. And it's Ricky getting out of the car, Alex getting in. After taking fuel, you can work on the car. New tires, of course. And he's away. Easy peasy. A lovely drive on a Sunday afternoon. Nah, I'm joking. It's tough. It's hot. And getting by the back markers is the speed difference is enormous, but no problems. Car is okay, and I hope that Alex can do well as well. And then disaster strikes. Peter Versluis gets up, and there it is. The Ferrari grinds to a halt, and there's a fire. Driver Shirley van 't Hof is getting out. She's unhurt. Car is back in the pits, but it's hopeless. We speak with Shirley as the car has been pushed back into the garage. Yeah, finally it was my turn, but 2 laps into my stint I felt the engine not running as it should. I saw smoke behind me and the car was on fire, so I parked it. So that's it. Goes better with Jan Versluis's Ferrari, as he's in a fight there with Patrick Huisman in the Porsche. But he's several laps behind at this point, trying to take some of the lost time and places. Well, it's not really a fight, but Patrick makes one anyway. Patrick, of course, very experienced Porsche driver in the Porsche Supercar. And, well, they had a bit of a problem in the beginning of the race and still pay the price. Sun is coming down and we see Ricky Abresh and the Mad and Daring Corvette team in first place. In second place, Cor Ozer and Roger Grauwels. Here's Roger Grauwels now driving the car. They were in first place long time, but lost some time during pit stops, so everybody's really excited about this one. Whoa, there's a marshal in the way now. They lost again. Cor Ozer waiting to take over from Roger Grauwels, who is clearly showing signs of fatigue. Yeah, my second stint was a lot better than the first one. I settled in and I lost my jitters. It's going well now. The times are consistent. We want to take as many points as possible, so we're happy with second place. So there he goes. Cor Ozer for the last stint, and then Roger Grauwels will take over for the last hour of the race. JM Motorsport has managed to change the engine and is back on the track, but will take no points in this race. And the last pit stop for... Ooh, he's taking really care now. Last pit stop for Mad and Daring Racing. Alex van Dolf getting out, Ricky Abresh getting in, and it's the third driver, Cesco Pastorelli, who is helping them getting into the car. Yeah, this is Alex van Dolf. He says it's going great. First time in the Corvette. Team is giving us perfect pit stops. The car is so easy to drive. Very good times, easy on the tires. It's a pleasure to drive. So, the last stint, the last hour of the race. Jan Versluis still in third place, fighting here with the Audi. But it's the Mad and Daring Corvette that wins the first endurance race of the Dutch Supercar Challenge. This is such a fantastic car. Perfectly prepared by Celestark Racing. We have to thank the team. They won us so much time in the pits. It's just great. We made no mistakes and beat the second placed car, the Corvette of Roger Grauwels and Cor Ozer. Yeah, but those two are having a party as well because of this result. The second place in the 6-hour race, they take the lead in the championship. At least Roger Grauwels does. He's the new number 1. Party all around, Mad and Daring Racing, and of course Roger Grauwels. Rick Abresh, Alex van 't Hof and Cesco Pastorelli take first place. Roger Grauwels and Cor Ozer in second place. And Versluis and Buurman in third. Roger Grauwels takes the lead in the championship. Diederik Seithoff loses big in this one. He loses first place and a lot of points. Cor Ozer is now in third. The win in Supersport 1 goes to FE Racing. Super. It was a 6-hour race. It went very well for us. It was tough. Well, high temperatures, many gear changes, It was mayhem. But I underestimated it. It all went well. We had some minor cooling problems, but we nursed the car home and we're super happy. Super duper happy. So I think he's happy. Anyway, in second place, Schultz and Schultz, the father and son team in the Porsche GT3 Cup. And of course, Raus, Bruinhoge and Verheijen, another Porsche, in third place. And here we have confirmation. Wolf Nathan and Jaap van Lager take first place in the championship. That's it from us from the Motors Television team. Thanks for watching the Dutch Supercar Challenge and tune in for more next time. Bye bye.